Welcome to Food Talks, hosted by FoodCorps. So this week, here at the Farm to Cafeteria Conference, we've got stories, because we think that stories can sometimes get at the complexity of the impact that we're having in a way that numbers don't always show. I wanted to make sure to thank Subaru for their support of FoodCorps, and more specifically, their support of Food Talks tonight. So without further ado, I present to you Food Talks.
For the last year and a half, I have served with La Semilla Food Center, a nonprofit based in Anthony, New Mexico. Anthony is a small town that straddles the border of New Mexico and Texas, sitting only a short 15 miles from the state of Chihuahua, Mexico. As you drive south on the border highway, you can peer into Mexico through the pores of a tall metal fence. But the relationship between these two adjacent nations does not stop at these simple structures, but more like a Venn diagram, it overlaps. In nature, the boundary between two ecosystems is special. It is a place that can support a greater diversity of life, with microclimates and access to resources from two ecosystems in one place. Similarly, my community reflects the strengths and beauty of this unique place where two countries overlap. At the middle school where I serve, conversations with my students weave seamlessly between English and Spanish. My students share with me the vibrancy of our border zone, but they also reveal to me the challenges that affect their daily lives. My dad got deported. I can't cook that at home because our gas got turned off. My dad is in prison at La Tuna. We had to leave Juarez because it wasn't safe. My community, like the desert plants it cohabitates with, finds resiliency by pulling on its strengths and adapting. Adaptation is necessary for survival, but few places are as upfront about this as the desert. After learning to grow vegetables in the desert, I have developed a profound respect for the desert plants that can thrive while being exposed to the strong southwestern sun with very little rain each year. The nopal, for example, is an iconic cactus that appears on the Mexican flag and grows abundantly where I live. The nopal has two sets of roots. It has one long taproot that can access water from deep below in times of drought, and a set of broad, shallow roots that can soak up water during the rare and fleeting torrential downpours before it quickly washes away in arroyos. Designing my service after the nopal, I seek similar adaptations that allow me to be relevant and to enhance the assets that are already present in my community. As a service member, I bring with me the energy, passion, and zealous desire to share with my students all of the joys that come with delicious, healthy food. This fervor, along with support from FoodCorps, informs a part of my service. The rest is informed by local expertise, by my community and mentors at my service site. It would be impossible for me to teach my students what healthy food is and where it comes from if I did not first listen to the people and plants of my place and learn from them what healthy food is and where it comes from. Sometimes this is simple as an English-Spanish translation and familiarity with regional cuisine. I can stand before my students and say, "Who in here has ever tried a radish?" 1 to 2 hands will go up. Rábano? A few more hands will go up. It's often in menudo. Suddenly, their faces indicate recognition, and this alien vegetable in front of them has magically transformed to a familiar ingredient of a regional comfort food. Beyond figuring out where vegetables fit into the cultural context of my community, teaching my students what healthy food is and where it comes from would be largely incomplete if I ignored the desert foods that surround them. The Chihuahuan Desert is teeming with edible plants that have sustained people there for centuries. Acknowledging this abundance adds great irony to our frequent use of the term food desert. The nopal, for example, is a delicious edible that was an important food in ancient Mexico and continues to show up in cuisine today. Both the green pads of the nopal and the vibrant magenta prickly pear fruit are delicious edibles that help control blood sugar levels, making them ideal foods for type 2 diabetics. A host of other desert foods like mesquite, pine nuts, amaranth, chia, chile, and yucca have all been used for culinary and craft uses for centuries and are regaining popularity today as many in the Southwest seek to decolonize their diet or return to foods that were eaten pre-conquest. There is an abundance of overlapping edges in my community. The United States and Mexico, English and Spanish, rural and urban, agricultural valley and desert, Cal and Nopal. These layers create vibrant, abundant life that allows the people of my community to adapt and find resiliency in the face of difficult challenges. Listening to the people of my place, I have shaped my service to highlight the wealth of health that is present in my community's foods, history, and desert landscape. I'm so excited to continue on in Anthony and witness the evolution of its nascent food movement. As these layers continue to create delicious and dynamic foods in which a diverse range of people can see themselves as part of our community. Thank you.